Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2, check 1 2.
Check 1 2.
I don't know if I'm gonna finish playing it on Wednesday, but the judge wants me to try to finish her within the month coming up. This is on Rana's case, this terrible Logic case. So I told her we'd do our best to try to at least get them scheduled by the next conference, which is mid-March. And I
Hey, Vic.
I'd like to try to finish them if possible by then. This is the one that I got approval for this cogent edge. So I got to fill out all this paperwork, yada yada yada. But their shtick is they do 2 days consecutive where they go from 1 to 5 or something. It's all virtual, by the way. Like 1 to 4:30 or something day one, and then 8 to noon the following day. And they only want to do it, and they want me to schedule it so that it's 5 to 15 days before the UBT day. And they have all these fucking rules. So I'm gonna need so I'm telling you because you're gonna need these 2 days, 2 consecutive days for this prep, and then any other prep I'm gonna wanna do, once I get the EBT day scheduled, which I'm gonna have to now start reaching out to Dr. Ron. It's big fucking, we get paid $7,500 flat fee. That's big. So, I also did some research with it. Evidently, you know, Jeff's used them twice. He's used this Betty for the Texas. He's used this Betty Cornacchio, who used to work for Heidel here. And there's another guy, Michael something, who he wasn't as thrilled with because he told me that he didn't seem to know anything about New York civil procedure or law or anything. So I've been chatting back and forth with Carrie Craig on this. So she had said Betty would be choice A, but I could go to a Mark Lucerto as a second choice if I can't make the schedule work with Betty. I don't know anything about these people, but they seem to put a lot of credence in this, which I think is going to be a lot of, you know, talk clearly and look them straight in the eye kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe, whatever. I'm doing it because Jeff Gerson, this was a big thing he wanted to do. I do not like this case. I think he's going to do a lot of crap. It's the medicine is terrible. We have issues, you know.
Where is everybody? Hello, Susanna.
Follow me?
He's setting up everything. Oh, I fell. There we go. Hi, Haley.
Hi, how are you?
She knows a lot. I mean, she remembered every fucking boring detail.
You call my name yet?
Mm.
What happened to the host? Where'd he go?
No, that's somebody else.
Oh, everybody's saying hi.
Mm.
So, Anne had said, look, I don't even know if I'm going to finish day 2 because Jen has to finish.
Come back for part 2. Come back for part 2.
Whether or not we finish, we just, I don't know why she's here.
Can everybody hear me? So,
Yeah.
Eventually got us, like, we don't have to go back to March, which kind of wants to do it. So
Anybody?
I get it, it's gonna be a-
Yeah, I can hear you.
Bills.
I can hear you, Dan.
let's see.
I can't get it. We're first up, it's old, it's people now, it took forever. I've got reviews, it sucks. I got it, he helps.
I think I finally hear people. Is everybody there?
I mean,
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Okay. I couldn't hear anybody before.
I'm not turning this over because I don't want to do it. I'll do it if you want me to do it. I'm just telling you.
Gonna wait a little bit. We got some people coming in that I know are running a little late. So
I mean, it's Harry Craig.
got a couple more people coming. There you go. Again, we're just waiting on some people. Gonna unmute everybody just so if you guys want to talk, you can. If you don't, you can put yourself back on mute.
How do you put it back on mute?
Yes, there's John. John's got the hat, McDonald's hat on. And we're gonna give it to about 4:05 and we'll start. We got some people popping in.
There you go. Now I hear you guys. Hey, Dan.
Hey, John, love the hat, man.
Thank you. I went into my archives. So
I see.
Let me get one of my McDonald's hat. Oh, I see you have the OTP shirt. I love it.
Yeah, you know, this is my Zoom shirt going on. It's I got back in 2012. So
I love it.
when I got my OTP certified, I think I was the first Macopco OTP ever.
Wow.
Yeah, across the whole country. So
Love it. Love it.
when I came in and they said, what organization are you from? And I said Macopco, and everybody just looked at me like I had some sort of disease. So I got really friendly with Nate Ostendorf over there at and he's still there to this day. And he goes, Dan, I don't think Macopco has ever sent anybody to anything like this anywhere in the country. And I was like, listen, you know Mike Bach. Mike Bach was like, I said, Mike, just send me. We could save money. Send me. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll send you. So he sent me, and I've been keeping it up ever since. So now it's almost 10 years later with my OTP certification. Yeah,
It's crazy. It feels like yesterday.
Yeah, Benjamin. We're just gonna give it a couple more minutes and see if we got some late stragglers coming on in.
No worries. I'm here.
How's everything going by you? All right?
Good. Busy.
Yeah, well, it's always busy.
Busy.
So, last week, I've been trying to do this like once a month. This is actually only our second one.
Okay. Where are you in a restaurant? Looks like a restaurant.
Oh no, that's my green screen. That's my I'm hiding. I want people to know where I am. So
I love it.
So
I gotta learn how to do that here in Zoom land.
Oh, I'll teach you, no problem.
Oh, I just figured it out.
There you go.
Mirror my video. What do you go to, a green screen?
Well, I have a green screen. You don't have a green screen.
No, I don't.
So you're gonna have to use what's called the virtual background.
Okay.
So if you go to virtual background, you can pick like a scene.
Let's see if they have a better selection than.
You look at it all?
But
music. I hear good music.
I don't do a lot of music. That must be Jess with the music. I don't know. Jess's volume isn't on. Hold on. Where's Jess? There you go. You get unmute. No, it's not Jess. I love. I don't understand this time and time of year and all this stuff going on with COVID and Zoom and WebExes and web meetings that people are still having issues logging on to a Zoom meeting.
Believe it or not, they still do.
Having a hard time to join meeting. Have been trying since 3:50.
Hi, Usario. Hey, Elizabeth. Hola.
So for those of you guys who don't know John is our learning consultant from
Hola.
McDonald's
Hola.
Corporation. He's the one
Hola.
that kind of teaches everybody what we're doing wrong. So
Well, I also praise what you're doing right. So,
absolutely.
hey, Jessica. She's like, why is he calling my name?
Give me a second. Somebody's calling me now. We get to try and get on.
Because
Hello?
there's a person on here that says iPhone. Who's that? Who's iPhone? That's your name?
Azucena.
Azucena, ¿cómo está?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Ya tú sabes aquí. Tranquilo, tranquilo, tranquilo. Oh, somebody has good music. Who's Al LaRocca? Hey, Al.
I'm here.
How you doing, Al?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to not see you.
I don't know if they wanted the camera on or off.
I don't know. That's up to Dan. He's on the phone right now. We'll see.
I put it off so this way you're not interrupted by people walking by.
Oh, that's okay. Put it on for a second so I can see who you are. Oh, I like that cat. Whose cat is that?
I mean, that's not my cat, bro. I just found that on the internet.
Hi, Angelina. I like the cat. Angelina.
Thanks. I don't know if I'm talking or not. I don't know how this works.
We hear you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's more people on. Haley. We got Haley, Amanda.
Hey,
Jacqueline.
last time we had 25 or 26 logins with over 30 people. So
I love it.
So it's good. All right, Ibrahim, you got it or no?
Dan,
All right.
get off your phone.
Can
Dan,
you see me now or no?
I don't see you, Al.
No.
Who's calling?
Daniel,
Who's calling me?
me, Anna. I need the meeting ID, the number thing.
What's
so
your
I can
email?
join. Huh?
What's your email?
You have it. It's called PAOLETT.
Oh, okay, so we have 9 stores and we know we have about 35 Annas and I can't see you.
Sounds like bullshit.
PAO. Yeah, I got it. I'm sending it right now to you again.
Again, I never
Your
got
email.
it in the first place.
You heard that, right? Again.
I never got it in the first place, but okay.
Yes, you did.
Dan needs a change.
There you go.
Do
It
you
should be in
see
your
an
box.
email from Dan in here?
All right, we're gonna start in about 3 minutes, guys. So in 3 minutes, I'm gonna mute everybody and then we'll open it up again.
Get the wings.
I'm already muting you, so.
I don't even know the rules to this game anymore. It's been so long. there's rules.
Rachel, oh, we got a lot of people today. Ooh.
You can take
Take control.
Oh my goodness, I gotta set this so everybody can come in.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Rachel.
Hi.
Hey, Hicksville McDonald's. One of my favorite McDonald's.
Oh.
There you go.
Let's go to the crew.
Are you muted?
Hi, Ibrahim.
I love Angelina's little image there. The little cat with the hat on.
I know, I love it. I was telling Angelina that I love
I
it.
can't-
I just found it on the internet. I don't know. That's not my cat.
Oh, I thought it was your cat.
No.
It's a cool cat with a hat on.
That guy's chilling.
It's definitely a New Yorker hat.
Definitely.
A New Yorker cat, I should say, not hat.
Yeah.
Please.
So it looks like we got about 22 participants so far and multiple people on the phone. So it looks like we're going to break last month's record. So
Very cool.
that's good stuff. I hope that everybody is got something out of the last meeting. We did go over the last meeting. We went over customer complaints and how we are doing. We're doing better this month than we were last month, thank the Lord. But last month was not very good for us as far as customer complaints are concerned. But we are starting to turn around those rude employee numbers, and I'll have some more numbers for the next meeting. I want to get a little bit more of a baseline there. And we also went over the shake machine and the daily cleaning of the shake machine. Now, I don't know if any of you have been, have been following up on that over the past. It's been a month since our last meeting. So, how have you guys been doing with the cleaning of the shake machine and on a daily basis? Have you guys tried it? Have you done it? Let me know what you think. Awesome. That was great. So I guess nobody has done it from the lack, or people are just shy. It's really important that we do that, and it is on the YouTube page that I put up for all the meetings. I'm gonna mute everybody again. Everybody's there. I'm gonna mute everybody, and we're gonna start this meeting. All right. And John, I'll leave you off mute if I can find you again. Where are you? JT, right? There you go, JT, unmute. So JT, John, you're unmuted, so you're free to jump on in whenever you want to jump in.
No problem.
All right. So let's get started. So first of all, thanks everyone for joining today's meeting. As you know, last month I started something out called the Hot Topic. So our hot topic this month is going to be Fred Campus and how it relates to your development. However, we're going to skip the equipment corner this month because we have a special guest today. We have JT, or John Tolentinob, who is our learning consultant from McDonald's. He is going to be showing us some stuff about campus and Fred paths for crew trainers and shift leadership. So even though we have some guests with us, and I know I promised that we were going to go over the shake syrup line cleaning this month. However, I'm going to post the video that I made on the YouTube page so you guys can view it at your own leisure, and maybe we'll do it at the next meeting in February. So if you don't know what the YouTube page I'm talking about, let's go over to the computer and I'll share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. And share the screen, okay. And now you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you go to youtube.com, and let me get my keyboard here. If you go to youtube.com, and I know it's up already, but I just want to show you what it looks like. If you go to youtube.com and search McDonald's OTP, hopefully you'll see the little Big Mac, and that's me. And that's my little YouTube site. You go on there, and you could subscribe and hit the bell to make sure you get all the notifications that when something goes up. So when I post a new video up, it's going to come up. Last month's customer recovery video is on there. The daily cleaning of the shake machine that we did last month was on there. And the entire company meeting in its whole entirety is there as well. If you want to know some other stuff, there is some other videos that I have in there. How to sign any agreements, how to know the voice on there, the pro and production video we did last month, and others. So feel free to look at it at your leisure. But that's how you're going to be able to get anything that I post on the YouTube site. So that being said, before I hand it over to John and let him take over the show, I've been getting some questions regarding Fred and campus from many people, from crew trainers all the way up to store managers, on how we kind of log in and all this. There's a lot of misinformation out there, I guess is the right word, or misdirection. So I really want to go over. I think it'd be wise to go over the login procedures for Fred, at least Fred, because there is difference between Fred and campus and how to log in. So let's talk about the difference of the logins between crew trainers and shift leaders, because they are quite different. If you're a crew person or a crew trainer without an EID, and an EID, if you don't know what an EID is, an EID is an employee identification number that usually starts with the letter E. Although I have seen some out there that actually start with EA, that's very rare, but most of them start with the letter E. However, just one note: if you're trying to log on with your phone, I've noticed on certain phone models that if you don't turn your phone sideways, you're not going to see the crew login that I'm going to show you. It won't show on the top. So just be careful with that. Try and turn it sideways, and then you'll be able to see both sides of the screen. It's very, very odd, but it's very, very rare, but I have seen it before. The browser that you want to use on your phone or your laptop or whatever, you really want to use Chrome. I found that Chrome by Google seems to respond the best in most situations. However, some of the older videos on campus and Fred, sometimes they only work on Internet Explorer or Safari. So do yourself a favor. Start with Chrome, and if videos don't play, try a different browser and see if they work. But definitely start with Chrome. So let's jump over to the computer real quick. And I'm going to go over the login screen. Then I'm going to hand it over to John. And let's take a look. So when we share, I'm going to share the screen again. Okay. And we're going to go into Fred at mcd.com. So I'm just actually going to type Fred. And there it is right there. Fred atmcd.com. So I'm going to go into there. Oh, sorry, I got to clear my browser. I apologize. You may see that, but that wasn't supposed to show up till later. And we're going to do an incognito so it doesn't show anything. There we go. So we're going to do Fred at mcd.com. We're going to enter. And there is the login page. Okay. As you can see, there are two different sides to the login page. One on the left and a one on the right. Okay. So as long as you have a registered email in eRestaurant, you will be able to get in under the crew login page. However, it needs to be put into the computer at work. So if you don't know, or if you don't have access and you think you should, please tell your store manager so they can input it correctly, so you can gain access. However, again, a personal preference of mine is that everyone uses a Gmail account. There have been issues with every other mail provider that I've even tried with, except Google. So my suggestion would be to start a Gmail account. If you don't have one, that's fine, and you don't want to use one, that's fine. There are other options on there. Sorry. There are other options on there that you can access different accounts, such as your Microsoft account, which would be Hotmail mostly, or there's some Live out there, if I remember, if I'm dating myself. You can log in with your Facebook profile. There's your Gmail or Google account, your Yahoo email, or an Apple ID, such as iCloud or me or Mac.com. But I find that the Google accounts and the Gmail accounts are a lot more stabler than the rest. So I would tell you to try that and get that. Most people do have a Gmail account, but every time I try and log somebody in with an Apple ID, such as iCloud or Yahoo IDs, there have been issues with their servers or some of the communication. The Gmail so far, lucky, probably will have a problem now, but most likely will not have a problem with the Google account. So once you get onto the login screen, you can choose whichever platform you have. So this is going to come up with an error because I don't have one, but I have a Gmail account. So I'm going to click Google. Click OK. Somebody wants to come in. Okay. Click OK. Okay. And then you're going to put in your Gmail account. So my Gmail account, if I can remember it, and you put in your email account. That is my email account. In case anybody wants to know, that's my email account. So hit next, put in your password, and my password is something crazy, so I'm not going to put it in there. But okay, you will put in your password for your email account, whatever password you use. That will work here. You hit next, and that will get you into Fred, and that's your direct login to Fred. Okay. Now, if you're a user with an EID, which means you're a certified swing manager or higher, we'll go back. Okay. Again, we're not going to use this side. We're going to use this side. Okay. And this is what I have. So you're going to put in your E number and your password. And it's the same one that you use at work to log in the computer at work. And give it a second. It's going to look like it. Okay, there you go. So now you're in Fred. So that's how you log into Fred. And it's real important that we kind of filter this down to not only the rest of the managers, but the other crew trainers and the people that want to be crew trainers, so they know how to do it. And for those that are crew trainers that don't know how to log in, I would question you on how you actually are training, because you really should be using this almost every day. It's real important. It's a great tool. And I know John's going to go over some of the things that's going to help you with your development. But when you're trying to develop your crew and everybody wants to know why our crew people aren't as good as they should be, well, did we train them right? Did we use Fred? Did we show the videos? Did we follow up with verification? It's a lot of stuff to do, but in the long run, your crew will be more effective and you'll have happier people that work there, therefore happier customers, and then we'll all be a lot more happier. So did I get that right, John?
Got it right.
Oh, because you haven't said anything. Was I talking too fast?
No. I'm listening.
Oh, good. All right, so now that we got that out of the way as far as login, I'm gonna unmute for a second. I'm gonna throw out some, leave it open for questions for a little bit. And you guys could all unmute if you want. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute. We'll give it a couple of minutes and see if anybody has any questions just about the login.
So Dan, just to clarify, the login on the crew side, that is for crew trainers who do not have an EID, not just regular crew, correct?
Correct. Yeah, it's crew trainers. Anybody who has a 648, which you guys are crew trainers, that's a code that we use to signify that you are a crew trainer. You could log in there with any sort of email as long as you are put into the system with that email. It's got to be the same or else you won't get access. So if you miss up a letter, I've had a couple of people out there that gave me missing an underscore or missing a letter, and they're wondering why they can't log into Fred. You have to have the same email for everything. So very, very important.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
As a heads up, it's good that you check the emails now, because the emails, we have a loyalty program coming out soon.
Yes.
And when it's rolled out into New York, because crew gets points too. And I think they're gonna have points for when they do the learning. So
Yep.
It's important that the email is correct. So get a little jump start on that.
Yeah, so if they're doing a loyalty thing, John, I think we should have like 15,000 points by this point, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
I know there's some other people long-termers out there that have been 10 plus years. I know Sharon's sitting there hanging out in the background. She's got a lot of years. Let's see who else is out there. Jess, what do you got, like 2 years? Yeah, you got to unmute though, so you can just put your hand up, put a number up. 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
6.
the loyalty program is for purchasing food. for customers, but they're also giving points to our crew people and team. So
I see Anna's having a fun time over there. I don't know what's going on with Anna's camera. She's like laughing and going crazy. All right,
I'm having fun with you, then. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. You forget we could see you.
Yeah,
So-
I know.
Okay. Okay, so if there's no questions regarding how to log in, so now everybody knows how to log in. Please filter that down to your people so they know. So when I ask them, when was the last class you did? They don't say what class. So John, it's all yours.
thank you. And I see you have a chat box here. I think you can put a report on e-restaurant to tell you everyone's email in the system. That was from Sharon. Good point,
Hold on.
Sharon. Yeah, in e-restaurant, you can pull everybody and see their email and you can just verify that way, just so you know. And since we have the lines open, why don't we go ahead and what are the most common questions that you guys get from Fred? So I get an idea of what to review when I do the hands-on.
And guys, if you're in the store and you're up front like Memmy, I'm muting you, Memmy, because you're too loud. So
What are some questions that you guys get or that you have personally about Fred? Or what are some challenges that you guys face?
Bueller.
I'm trained to be silent, so.
Okay, so I have a question.
Who is I?
Me, Anna.
Anna, hi Anna.
So for the whole Fred situation, we changed the videos for like reading, right? Do we have to read the whole thing? Because I usually just like explain to them as I'm like going through it.
I don't understand the question. That the videos are changed to reading? What do you mean?
Yeah, we don't have any more videos for like the when you're training someone.
There are some videos.
Well, I don't see them in our store.
You're getting some feedback, Anna.
Huh?
You're getting some
Oh,
feedback.
it's because I'm next to Angel.
All right, well, separate.
Tell Angel to
That's
move.
the reason why we can't hear you. You just said there's no videos as far as Fred is concerned.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first tab, a second tab, I believe, on Fred is videos. So I know that for a while the videos kind of disappeared for a little bit. That was a glitch on Fred. That's been fixed for about 2 months now, if I remember right.
Well, we'll go through it, Anna, and if you see something that you remember that was no video, you can always jump in and say, right there, I didn't see a video, okay? But there are videos on Fred in all areas. Any other questions?
What other questions do you guys have? All right, I don't think there's any other questions right now.
Okay, and you could always put it in the chat box, and if you could watch the chat box, Dan, that would be great for questions. So what do I do? Do I share my screen? Just hit share screen?
I believe I put well, yeah, you should just hit share screen. I believe it. I think you could do it.
Okay.
Tell me if it says you can.
Okay, share.
There you go. Yeah, I see your screen.
Okay, so let me. Okay, slideshow. Oops. So that's me when I'm able to visit restaurants and I'm all cleaned up.
Well,
That's
there
me.
you are.
There I am. When I'm all cleaned up, my hair is done, no hat. So welcome everybody. Just a little bit about me. I am a learning consultant. I've been doing it. My anniversary is now. I've been here 4 years now in training. But I do have 25 years of McDonald's experience. I worked at a restaurant for an operator. And my last position with them was director of operations. And I joined the corporation 4 years ago, and I've been doing the consulting on training, and I teach the classes. I do LGR in Chicago. I miss it, but we're getting ready to do virtual. So I'm excited to be here with you guys. What a happy face, Elizabeth, you have. I'm glad we have cameras on so I can see happy faces. I know it's hard because we're on video, but I'm just going to go through really quick. We all know about My McDonald's. I'm not sure if you guys, this is part of the mitigating workplace for violence and respectful workplace. And there's one state specific. There's also bullying intervention, and they added bystander intervention. These are great tools to help you level set some of the expectations that we had when it comes to respect and being safe in the restaurant, especially bullying. And what do you do as a bystander when you're observing some of these things? So it's good that everybody watches it. There's a different section for managers, and managers get an automatic credit when they go to campus. However, crew, you have to assign them credit, which we'll talk about in our presentation. Just wanted to give a blip on that. Are you guys utilizing My McDonald's? Dan?
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay,
Are
yeah.
You use My McDonald's?
Yeah, we actually started using the whole checklist, and it started to pop up on the TLR, the training tracking, the TTR.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that they actually have to watch them. I don't let them go to LTC without finishing the My McDonald's stuff,
Perfect.
even though it's not, I don't believe it's a requirement to go through. I want them to see that, because especially the safe and respectful workplace, that the two of them, the one that's state specific and the one that isn't,
Yeah.
it's really super important, because they're becoming, I think it's becoming more of an importance that we kind of got away from training our managers, the ones that are coming up, in these types of areas, and then by the time they get to running their own shifts, it's too late, and they already got the old bad habits. So
Yeah.
I think it's good that we're getting this implemented again.
Yeah, and in today's environment, it's just smart to be level set on some of these things that are happening in the world, you know?
Yeah.
So great, thank you. It is not required, it's recommended. Just a quick note, the name My McDonald's, it's gonna change a little bit, because My McDonald's is gonna be part of the loyalty program. So they're gonna change that section. So just look out for that. That's coming soon. So here's the roadmap. Very simple, it's new, it's updated. Let me see if I can move this, because it's covering my screen a little bit. Okay, great. So virtually the crew training program is right on top, and that's pretty new. And then you have your hospitality module, your foundations. Everybody learns French fries, and this is the order people should be trained in. When it's recommended they get trained in this order. Once they finish fries and they complete this section, then you decide, are they going to be a service person, or are they going to be for production? And each of the areas have a new way to verify them. Hospitality, it's a little different. It has the Make It promise, and it has a printable learning module. And you can see it says that it starts with you, because you have the customer experience, how to elevate that customer experience to making it right, make it special, and make it fast. What's really cool about the hospitality is that it's now integrated in every station that we teach. There's a hospitality verification, and it goes back to everything they learn in hospitality as a foundation is integrated into each station. The verification kind of looks like this. I have it in 3 pages here. So you basically put the name, the date, you answer some questions here about the station. And as you can see, it has the Make It promise area, make it fast, make it special, make it right. And as you check them off, they get points. They must get anything 10 or above to get verified. And you can even put notes, leave comments. And if they don't get, they have 0 to 9 points, they're not verified on that station. So you cannot assign the credit. Now this is printable, or you can save it as a PDF as you verify people. Assigning the credit is important, because that gives them credit that they know the station. And it really helps the learning manager who does scheduling. Whoever does scheduling in your restaurant, when they're not sure, they don't know everyone in the restaurant, but when you don't assign that credit, they'll say, oh, I think Sally knows front counter, and I'll put her on front counter. And then that manager, Sally doesn't know front counter. So then it kind of throws off the schedule, right? So it's
Yeah.
important that everyone knows that what level of training they have gotten, and that's the way to do it with the assigned credit. Once you assign the credit, it lets the e-restaurant know they're at a level 3. They're good, proficient on the station. They can do it. And if they get better at it manually, as the learning manager has to go in and make them a 2 or a 1 to make them as they become more proficient. Another key thing about, see these orange circles here, if you look at them, if they don't get that section, if they click on that orange section, it will take you back to the area that they need to review. So those are really cool features. And here's the training tracker. This is the proficiency chart. This shows where people have been trained. It even tracks your My McDonald's foundations. You can see bullying intervention, etc. I call that a little French fry mark. When you have that French fry mark, that means they're not trained on that station. A green check is that they're trained. And it's just something good to have in your crew room, like we used to do back in the day, Dan. Remember,
Yeah.
with the stickers, everybody's name?
The big book.
Yes, the big book. Is everyone familiar with the training tracker? And if so, who would like to share, how do you utilize the training tracker? Who can share with me?
We have a relatively shy group sometimes, so
They don't look shy. They're New Yorkers.
I know Rachel and Anna probably out there are the ones that like to talk a lot. So
We can choose people. That's up to you, Dan. I call you Stan for a minute.
Stan's taller.
Do you guys use this proficiency chart in the restaurants? Is this something that you use?
It's a really it's a ball up a tall hill right now with this. So it hasn't been. I use it and the supervisors use it to look at it.
Mhm.
The GMs are hit and miss, so that means the store's hit and miss. So it's really, we talk about it here in these meetings, and the people that are coming to these meetings on monthly meetings have had some exposure to it, but not as much as we'd like, obviously.
Yes, I recommend, as you get your training going in the restaurant and you get more comfortable with Fred, because it's always good for you to know and practice yourself. Your crew trainer, you can have one of your best crew trainers can print this report weekly. It doesn't have to be you guys. You just have to teach them how to do it. So just the best bet. That's what some people do. They call them crew chiefs in some stores, where they're in charge of the crew trainers, and they print this chart. But it's a really good tool. It keeps the crew engaged. They know where they've been trained, and they'll trust me. They'll tell you, hey, I haven't been trained. The chart says I haven't been trained on this. Yes, I have. Can you verify me?
Yep.
So they'll keep you on your toes. Just the best bet. So in the crew training for crew trainers, speaking of crew trainers, that is in the roadmap too. You can see it up here, crew training module. There's the module, there's the learning journal. I highly recommend that your managers look at the coach's guide. It mirrors what the crew trainer does, and it gives you tips on how to train them. And basically, the crew training program is redesigned, and it's what is their role? You have the crew trainer, what is their role? The training essentials, what skills and knowledge do they need to be successful? Then it goes into training excellence, and then coaching for performance. How do I coach? Because we coach people differently. Everyone is different. And once to get certified, once they do the curriculum, then they conduct a try it session with the coach, with the crew trainer. They train them and they see how they train. Then they do an evaluation and they do a knowledge assessment and print their certificate. And the role as a coach is to ensure that the crew trainer has done all the foundational learnings on Fred. Make sure that the subject matter expert in the area they're going to be a crew trainer, because they don't necessarily have to know all the stations. They could be the SME in service or SME in food, and just continue their development as they go along. And then they have to be assigned a 648, as Dan mentioned. Ensure their email is updated. And even before they start crew training, you want to make sure they have access to their login with Fred. Dan mentioned a lot of the barriers is emails are incorrect. They don't match. That's one. A lot of times the crew trainer forgets their password. So it's just a matter of resetting their password.
Yep.
And then you verify the crew trainer. Once they're verified, they are able to take the assessment test. I think they need an 80 or better to pass. They can print their certificate. It looks like that. We have good Yesenias, which she says hello, Dan. She said, make sure you tell Dan I said hello.
I miss you,
And
son.
then I'm not sure if everyone's aware, we have an incentive in Stanford. The crew trainers that you get verified, if you send us a copy of them holding the certificate, send it to me because I'm your learning consultant. You will get a pin that we have, a special pin that we'll send out to the crew trainers. And that picture, I like a group picture because we can give them recognition in our monthly newsletter. And that's optional. But the certificate, if you send me the picture of the certificate with them, I send you a pin for their efforts. So it's a good incentive that we have going on in Stanford Field Office. So I have, let's practice. So let's go into a live demo. And I'm logged in with mine. A couple of things on Fred. Dan mentioned a bell in YouTube. There's also a bell here too. So when any updates, if it's a red mark there, that means it's been an update to Fred. So it'll inform you. Another good thing to know as a crew trainer is to sometimes check over here. Make sure that it's you.
Hold on, John. We still have your slideshow up.
Oh, okay. New share. New share. Okay.
There you go.
Great. Okay. So I logged in with my EID, of course. What I was saying, this little bell here.
Yep.
You get a little red mark when there's been an update. And a good best bet is to always have the crew trainer check that it is them logged in, because sometimes the computer they're using in the restaurant saves the last person who was on. So if they're doing any work on shift leadership, for example, that has improved. So I'll show you when we get there. But you want to make sure that the crew trainer is logged in with their name, so you know which crew trainer assigned the credit or verify the person. That makes sense, right?
Mm.
All right, so let me, and you guys could follow along. You should be on Fred on your laptops if you can. So you could follow along. And basically, crew training, there's where the roadmap is. Another best bet is if I go back, I have some starred. If I go, see, I have all the modules come up, everything that's in Fred. But since I have some starred, if you see, there's a star next to the modules that you use the most. Some are not starred. So that way, if I go to star, only the ones that I use the most come up. So it's not so overwhelming. That's just the best bet. Another feature that you can use that not too many people are aware of, you can view as a list, which I don't like. It lists them. I don't like that. Or you can view as how I had it with the modules. And over here, you can look at the settings, and that's where you put English and Spanish. Right now, I'm going to take Spanish off and only have English. All right. So we were going to the roadmap, crew training roadmap. And here it virtually is. Let's go into the crew trainer first, since it's right there. And this is what we were talking about. It's very robust. There are videos in here that it takes you from here to campus. So you just go through, it's really good. It really shows the crew trainer what their role is and how to adjust, because everybody is different. You can't teach people the same way. Some really good information here. And it goes through in order. You just go in order, and it goes through hospitality, introducing the make it promise, more ways to make it, from eyes to our guests, etc. So going back, like I said, the coach guide, it mirrors everything that you have in the crew trainer guide. So it's good, and it has some extra tips for you there as a coach. And what I was talking about with the verification, if I slide down to the verification. Let's say I want to verify someone on guest. Put the name here. The date. Okay, let's go down. So if I check them off, I'm good. If they didn't reach this one, I can choose a section. And this is what I was saying, that you can put what didn't they do? They cannot explain how to make it fast. And if you click on the orange thing, it will take them back to their learning. And I would do that after the ones they missed, so they can go back and review some of those modules that can help them get a little more proficient. Go back. Okay, so then you go all the way down, you could put notes, you could reset the form, but the key thing is that you want to either save it or print it. So if you save it, there's a little printer icon right up here. If I hit print, I can save as a PDF or I can print it. So you can save it in a file in your restaurant. That's probably the best way. If you want to save some trees and not print all the time, you can save them and you can always show them during performance reviews or whatever you want to do. I'm going to stop there for a second. Any questions so far? No questions.
And so John, I guess when you're going through the crew trainer process, I know it links to campus. Maybe you could show them the button or the button types that kind of like throw you into campus.
Sure. So let's go into crew trainer.
Because people read right over it and
You read through and
you might have to find one.
there's a video there. But that video is within the thread.
Yeah.
We're looking for an I'll tell you, e-learning. Let's see. There's a total of 8 modules that they have to complete on campus.
Yep.
Another video there. Another video there that's within Fred. Another video there. What is my role?
I think it's under training essentials. I think is the first one. I think it's on the second page if I remember right.
Yeah, I don't remember where and I took this already.
I think it's the second page of this. Yeah. No. Go to the next page. You're skipping over the whole.
Next page. What do you mean?
So when you go back up to the crew trainer's mindset,
Mm-hmm.
go into the crew trainer's mindset. I'm sorry. Hit that button. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. My bad. You were right. I apologize.
Yeah, I was gonna say it takes you.
That's the one. I'm sorry. My fault.
Okay, so when you see that hand, that's when it takes you to campus. As you can see, I've successfully done it. You finish it, you launch it, you watch it, you do the activity, and then you'll get a successful.
Right. So there are 8 of those for the crew trainer curriculum that need to be completed for crew trainers.
Correct.
For LTC, there's a little bit more. For
LT, there's 15.
15. Yep. So you got more people trying to log in. Wow, I'm ignoring the login.
Okay. So, and if you look up here, see how I have tabs up here? That's how you toggle back and forth. So a lot of people get confused here. They close it and then they have to start from over. It keeps tabs. You can just go back and toggle back and it'll take you back to where you were. So that's pretty easy.
Yeah, very
So,
easy.
so there's 8 of them, 8 modules, and once they complete all 8 modules, see, there's another how to connect with the trainee. There's another little hand. You go there, it takes you back to campus. You can see that I've been successful. I am a certified crew trainer.
You better be.
I better be, right? And they can always re-review it, relaunch if they want to see it. Something they just want to get a little more familiar with, so that could always be done. You don't have to reschedule. Okay, since I'm in campus, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you. Every general manager has access to this if they're the learning manager for each store. Is every GM the learning manager?
Yes.
Okay, so when you go to your home page, I won't have access because I do not have a team. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it doesn't even show up for me. So Dan, why don't you, I'm gonna stop sharing. Why don't you go into campus? Because you'll be able to see and you can show them. I could walk you through. I'm gonna stop sharing.
Okay, there you go.
So right here, you'll see this section right here on the right-hand side, you have crew trainer development progress. If you click, Dan won't have access. You have to go in, I don't know, maybe you do have access. You have to go in as a proxy. Okay, this is how I know he has it set up correctly.
Yeah, right.
Checking up on you. So once you guys click on the crew trainer progress report, you'll get the progress on your crew trainers. You'll see where they're at. You know, green means they completed, red means they haven't started, and yellow means they started but they're not finished, haven't evaluated.
Right,
So
and if you don't see your name on here, that means you didn't even start it.
You didn't even click on anything.
Right.
So there you go. You guys as learning managers of the GMs of the restaurant have access to this, so you can keep track how many crew trainers you have. And if you have nobody on your list, that means no one has done the new curriculum. If it is possible.
Hey, Dan.
Who is
Hey,
that?
Angelina, how come I'm not on that list? I finished this.
Because you're on the different operator list, and you're actually on a list. You're just on a different list. So this is
Okay.
yeah. So this is split up. 221 is not on this list.
Christina's there.
What happened?
Christina's there.
Christina who?
Yeah, me and Connor are the same
Brett.
age, and he's on there, and I'm not, and we both finished.
Who's that?
This is Olivia Briganti.
Christina Graff from 221.
Well, let's check. Okay, hold on.
because you have Jamie and Tony, right?
Yeah. Because I know you finished everything, Angie. So
I just wanted to make sure.
I know for a fact you did. So
What
these
about me?
stores, actually, I don't know why you're not showing up on there. We'll have to find out because you should have been on that other list. Because the only 3 stores that are on the other list is Huntington, North Lindy, and West Islip. So
Okay.
those 3 stores are on this list. And as you'll see, this list is actually a lot smaller.
What about me?
Who's me?
I don't know.
And
What about,
me
did you do any
too.
of it?
Huh?
Did you do any of it?
Yeah.
It's possible. Are you coded as a crew trainer?
I don't know.
If you're not, you won't show up. So that's something. you have to-
What is her role now?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. So
Wait, Dan, I'm a crew trainer, and I'm not on there either, and I finished everything.
that may be is that Angelina?
Olivia?
Again?
No, this is Olivia Briganti.
Let's see. Well,
From
you know what? Let me
Oakdale.
write all this down. And
So
I'll
if you're not,
find out.
if you're not showing, ask your GM to check their, wherever restaurant you're in, ask your GM to run the list. And if you're not on the list, I recommend you tell Dan that you're not on the list. And he will troubleshoot what
Yeah,
needs to be
I'll take
done.
care of that. If you're not on the list, I'll take care of it. So Angelina, Anna, and Olivia. I'll talk to Rhiannon and Chris.
Could I not be on the list because she switched me
You
from
get
being
some
a
feedback
swing
on that,
manager?
buddy.
For me not being on the list, could a reason be that she switched me from being swing manager back to a crew trainer?
No, because you would still be in crew trainer, so you should be still there.
Okay.
And
So
I'll look into that.
Did you guys recently take the crew trainer or was that a while ago?
No, she finished. I know Angelina finished it like
Mine was over like a year ago.
because she
When
was
was
on
it?
the list at one point.
About a year ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
So
I'll look
Dan,
into it, John.
you'll troubleshoot with that. Okay,
Yep,
so
I got it.
the same thing, let's look at, we'll look for her. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. So Dan, you have some pre-work to do, right?
Yeah, I got some people that I need to look into. So
Okay, cool. So this kind of report also, you can, since we're here, we can do shift leadership too.
sure.
So the GMs have access to this, do the shift leadership progress report. And this will tell you if your shift leaders are complete and certified. As you can see in the list here, there's a lot of reds. Meaning they went to class, but they didn't do the curriculum. And that's why they've changed the prerequisite. Now, every shift leader must do the 15 e-learnings before they are registered for virtual LT. But you can keep track on your GM scheduled. And this is the year, it was last year and we're continuing this year. Believe it or not, the statistics, 20% of our leaders are only trained. And we've had thousands, I can even tell you, thousands of shift leaders who went to virtual LT from when we started to the end of the year. And only 15% of those leaders are considered certified because they did the 15 e-learnings. The class doesn't certify you. All the learning certify you plus the virtual LT, just so everybody knows.
So John, just a quick question to VLTC, virtual leadership. Is that gonna be tracked on here eventually? Because I have people that have gone to the virtual class that are still red in leadership transitions.
That wouldn't be virtual LT is tracked on here. It is there.
No, every single person that I've sent to VLTC is showing up red.
Can you show me?
Let's see. In this page, let's see.
Right on the next page.
Let's see. Samantha went. Oslam went. I think Oslam went.
Okay, so it would say there's two tabs. One is leadership transition. That's the old curriculum.
Yeah, that's this one here.
Yeah, but there's also a virtual LT. If you see the little arrows over here, I don't know if you see me moving. Go up. Go back up. At the end of the page, yeah, click on that arrow. And there should be a virtual, there it is.
No, it's not there.
No. There should be a tab. Let me, I'll ask that question to the team.
Okay.
I've seen it in other operator organizations, so why is that
fair enough.
up on you? So I'll take a look into that.
Great.
Virtual LT. Who is give me an example of somebody that went. Do you know their names?
Let me see. I'd have to look at my. I don't want to give you a wrong name.
All right. So what you can do is
I'll send you an email.
Have them go in to their campus and go and see if they can print it, if they got credit for the class.
Okay, no problem.
All right, because maybe they haven't done the little survey, because you have to do the survey to print the certificate, and maybe that's avoiding it showing up. I don't know.
The post class.
Yeah, the post class survey. So just an FYI.
Oh, okay, that might be it then, because I know a lot of people forget to do that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people forget get to
90, like 95%.
Yeah. But I'll ask that question. That's a good question.
Okay.
All right. So if you, we went over this. Let me share my screen again real quick.
Okay, let me stop share. Okay, go ahead.
Share my screen, and we were.
We got some people in the chat box. Yes, Sharon, you're not on there. What happened? I lost the chat box. Viewing options.
So I did want to go over in Fred. On the main page, you do have Dan, the technology genius, but there's also a module here. There's a help module. Help has a lot of things about what Dan was talking about. Restaurant connectivity, devices that you can use, the browsers that you can use. So all the answers are here too. And if you run into problems after you looked at this, then I would say, Dan, help, help me. I'm having issues. But it's usually what Dan said is the browser, is the email that you chose. Those are usually the usual culprits. If we go into shift leadership really quick, just so you can see what I was talking about. Okay, I gotta move you.
All right, Dan, I gotta step out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Actually, I have to go too.
Well, Anna,
Yeah.
you both working?
Yep.
Probably been sitting out there this whole fucking time.
All right. Well, I'm recording it, so you can check it out when you.
All
All
right.
right. Bye.
Right.
Bye, guys. Take care. I mean, I'm almost done. I mean, you could see here that the dashboard changed, and this is the added feature. When you first log in, you can put your name on here, and it kind of shows you that it's you. And then everything is here easy. Foundations, shipping to overdrive, which Dan and I have discussed, is something that you guys do, and
Yep.
you can implement. And then leadership transition is at the last one. Here's where you register. I'm gonna go there real quick. When you register, when they try to go in and register, it'll give you a little red warning. Click here to check. And it kind of tells you need all these 15 e-learnings. Over here, you can check the completion. I've completed everything. If they haven't, they won't have a green check mark, although it still will show the classes that are available. And if they try to enroll, I'm not going to enroll because it will let me enroll because I have completed. But if they haven't completed, you'll get another error that they have not completed. Once they're registered, everything is here for them. So here, we usually send an email confirming, but over here, setting up for success, everything is here for them. Right here, the leaders, their coaches, they can do the printable participant guide. They can print it. It's there. It kind of tells them what we recommend pre-work, session 1. Even though they've done all these e-learnings, it's just telling them we're going to go over these. So if you need to review them, and it takes them about an hour and 40 minutes. And then the section 2, it will take them about 35 minutes. This is some of the things we're going to cover. And session 3 will take them about 15 minutes. And these are the sections in Fred that we're going to cover. And then session 4, shift into overdrive, maybe review some of the tools and resources and shift into overdrive. And that should take them about 30 minutes. And then some technology tips when they're getting ready for class. It's all here. It's a little video. We always recommend that they're in a quiet area, because sometimes we get students who are working the drive-through while taking class, believe it or not. And then after class, there's a post-action plan where they can review their notes. They set up 3 meetings with their coach, and they can set it up here. the 3 dates that they agreed with their coach. And here they write what they're going to be stronger as in all the areas that we covered. And if they keep scrolling down, this is when you meet with your coach and you have some feedback and some agreeing on what you're going to change and do.
All right.
And that's it. That's all I have. I leave it open for questions.
Let's see. Do I have to unmute everybody, or does everybody need to? There you go. You guys could unmute if you want and ask any questions.
And as I said, I am your learning consultant for the organization. So any support that you may need, talk to Dan. He can set something up. I can visit the restaurants if that's something that's set up. If you need me to do one-on-one, there's a lot of programs that we have. You guys have attended Train the Training Manager. We have Jumpstart Crew Trainer, and we have the Coaches Boot Camp.
Yep.
That gives you a little more hands-on. It goes a little deeper in what I covered. But I can also customize what you guys need. I've done with other organizations where they selected a training restaurant, where they made that restaurant the model store. And I worked with that store, and then they duplicated it in their other stores by patch or by supervisors. However you guys feel comfortable, because I know there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on. And it all connects, right? It all connects. Either you're short staffed because you don't have enough crew trainers to train them, or you have nobody to train anybody. So it's a matter of just deciding what am I going to do first, second, then third, and keep it going so it gets better.
Yeah, it's an evil revolving wheel if you get stuck in that rut. That you know, I don't have any crew trainers. Well, you don't have any crew trainers because you don't have a training system. Well, I have time to do a crew training system. So if you don't have time to do a crew training system, you're not going to have the proper crew. You're not going to have the proper crew trainers. You're not going to have the proper customer satisfaction, and it all builds from there. So it's super important that we kind of got, you know, and I know a lot of stores out there are in that rut. It's this wheel that just keeps on going and going and going. And, you know, it just you got to put your foot down and put your foot on the brake and say, hey, you know, it's time to start changing something, or else we're all going to get annoyed at what we do.
And the key is to build it into your culture, make it a part of a routine in your restaurant, and then it will always happen. But take small baby steps. I heard somebody trying to ask a question. I think that was Robert.
Yeah, I have a quick question. So basically, so when they're doing the orientation, technically orientation should be it used to be 3 days. So we put in the email for the crew person. So usually on the first day when they're doing their paperwork, we have to show them obviously the hospitality, the food safety, the safety videos. They don't have access to that because their email isn't in the system yet. How long does it usually take? 24 hours for the email to, once we put them into the system?
So Robert, remember, the crew is not the one that's going to go into Fred. Your crew trainer who's assigned, or your manager logs into Fred, and they can do the learnings, and they assign the credit to that person.
So then it'll automatically just pull it from their names, and it gives them the credit automatically.
Yeah, so when the crew trainer goes in and assigns the credit, they'll get a list of employees.
Yep.
They choose the employee that they're training or did the foundations, and assign the credit, and that's all they need to do.
Perfect. Okay, so then I'm good with that.
But just so you know, it takes 24 to 48 hours for the communication from e-restaurant to campus to connect. So
okay, that's good. All right, that's all I had.
And just keep weekends and holidays in mind too. It's usually 1 to 2 business days. So
yes, good point. Any other question? That was a good question, Robert.
So I see at the bottom, it says employees must utilize Fredge during their scheduled work hours, not off the clock. I think that might be part of why a lot of people haven't done it. Besides from a lot of people probably not knowing they have to do it. Like it was only recently that I learned that I had to do e-classes because no one told me. And a lot of times you don't really have time at work to do it. So like I know I would be able to complete my courses better doing it at home rather than at work.
So Elizabeth, you're a co-trainer?
No, I'm a shift manager.
You're a shift manager.
Yeah, Elizabeth runs the overnight over at North Lindenhurst.
Okay, fantastic. Kudos to you. I don't know how you overnight guys do it, but I just do one and I need 5 days of sleep. So I applaud you guys who do overnight. It takes stamina to do that. But anyway, what I recommend, Dan, is that your GMs who does the schedule incorporate their learnings into the schedule. So if Elizabeth works overnight from 11 to 7, let's say, for example, from 11 to 12 or whatever, there's another manager there, she should be on the computer in the restaurant while another manager is watching the shift. Or however, in the morning, however it is that you want to work it out. And don't think that you need to spend the whole 4 hours on the computer. Trust me, I've done all the curriculums, and the way I did it, little intervals, 30 minutes every day. Okay, 30 minutes, but it was scheduled on my calendar. So I know that if I worked 11 to 7, Elizabeth at 6:30 in the morning, from 6:30 to 7, that might not be an ideal time because you're going to be tired. You do a little bit of the training and then you just do it the next day. Every day you do a little bit, and before you know it, you're done.
Yep.
It takes about 4.5 hours to do the curriculum. But if you do it in bite size, and it has to be scheduled. It's a good thing to be scheduled.
Yeah, don't number one, don't think that you should be, everybody's got a life. Everybody's got, that work-life balance is super important. So you want to make sure that you kind of you're doing the stuff at work. And again, to John's point, making sure that it's scheduled so you're able to get it done. And Liz, I know on the overnight, you're by yourself. I mean, there's no ways about it. You're yourself with 2 people, sometimes maybe 3 if you're lucky, and there's no way you're going to get it done. But let's think of it this way: if somebody was scheduled on a Monday night, not 3 to close, maybe 5 to 2 a.m., and is able to watch the floor for you for 35, 40, 45 minutes, so you get some done. Maybe that's something that can be done in North Lindy. I know Orly does the schedules over there. I'm sure he'd have no problem doing that.
Elizabeth, what time do you normally start?
11.
11. So if she starts at 11, another recommendation, instead of your shift starts at 11, so maybe you can start at 10:30.
Yeah.
30 minutes before your shift, you do some of your learnings, and then at 11 you take over the shift, and maybe you leave a little early at 6:30. There's ways to adjust the schedule to accommodate your learnings. Like Dan said, we want people to have quality of life. We don't want you to be home doing work or McDonald's when you should be enjoying yourself.
Unless if you're like us.
We're workaholics, so.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just have to do the shift leader training roadmap. I can skip over the crew trainer.
I would not suggest that. I would tell you that you really should know, especially on the overnight. If you, God forbid, if you get somebody on the overnight that you want to promote to a crew trainer, you really should know what they're learning. And because they're going to come up to you and ask questions about stuff that you're not going to have any idea what you're talking about. So I would tell you to do the crew trainer curriculum and the shift leadership curriculum as well, just to get you knowledgeable to the point where, and there's a lot of good stuff in there that has nothing to do with crew training. It has like stuff about difficult conversations with the crew that you're going to have on the overnight. Not only on the overnight, but everywhere you go, there's a lot of different stuff in there on how to handle yourself as somebody that has some sort of responsibility for the restaurant. So it's really, really important that you kind of get that foundation of training in there. It's really good stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm a learning consultant. I'm supposed to know stuff, and I had to do all the curriculum, and it was good that I did because it just refreshes you. It's like, oh, okay, this is what they're learning, so it keeps you sharp as a manager. So if somebody comes with a question, you know what to say, you know where to go. Good question, Elizabeth. Good questions.
What else we got? Anybody else? I think Rachel's got her hand up. Is that a hand up, Rachel?
Yes.
Okay, just watch the feedback though, because I think you got some stuff going on.
And I gotta separate from the people that I'm working with.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I just I was working with my crew trainers, and we we saw that the hospitality, you showed that it's like all new. And when we were trying to verify them, it doesn't come up to verify it. Like when you for the TTR, it doesn't let you verify for hospitality. When you're trying to choose a course, it doesn't come up.
What do you mean by trying to choose a course? I'm gonna look at that real quick.
When it says verify assigned credit, I think it is.
Yeah,
right?
assigned credit, sure.
So when you hit there assigned credit, it's supposed to tell you the course that you're assigning the credit for. It will be hospitality, but nothing shows up. So I didn't know it was a glitch, but we've been trying for like the past 3 weeks, and it's been the same problem.
So Rachel, can you share your screen?
Oh, for me to okay, espérate. So give me 1 second. Let me.
I need to.
She said espérate. I love it.
Oh. Yeah, I need to. Let's see. Let me look it up now.
Can they share screens, Dan? Or
I believe yeah, she should be able to.
Okay, good.
Yeah, if I hit the button share screen, I just gotta log into ISP real quick.
You said hospitality, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually logging in now. I'm gonna see.
And this is good. I'm sorry I went over the hour, but I think it's important that we have these hands-on.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's not there.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, because I've been really working with my crew trainers for this past, like since November. We've been really trying to get all these crew trainers, on shape and working all these classes. Every week I take a different
Well, it looks like it's only hospitality though.
Yeah, the only problem we've been having is with hospitality.
All right, so you know what? I'll show my screen since I'm there already.
Oh, thank you. Because yeah, my thing is like taking forever.
Yeah, no problem. And let's see. So, John, just so you know what she's talking about, when you go into the hospitality verification.
Yeah, I just wanted to see because I think this is not the first time I heard this.
All right, so if I go back, go away. Oh, what's going on here? It's acting funny. All right, so if I go into hospitality and I go under the check it, and don't worry about all the errors that you're going to see because that's just mine.
That's okay.
Okay, that's me. Don't worry about that. If I go to assign credit, there's no hospitality here.
I don't see your screen.
Oh, you don't see my screen?
No.
Sorry.
Because normally when you assign credit, the station is there.
Right. So this is the let's see, give me a second.
Yeah, mine shows the same way. Like you can't.
So station verification, you go into hospitality. Okay, and you go to assign credit, and nothing lists hospitality.
And can you search for it?
Yeah, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
Okay.
And I think that was the first video I sent you about a week ago.
Yeah, I just copied the screen. But
Yep.
I'll get you some answers. Thank you.
It's only the hospitality one. All the rest of one says crew quality or whatever it says.
Yeah, when you do another one, let's go to fries. Go to fries. Yeah. Does fries automatically appear? It should.
Yeah, fries does. I'll show it to you. Crew train roadmap. Fries. And check it. Check it. Here we go. Station verification. Fries. Don't worry about that. That's me. And assign credit. Fries.
Okay.
So that's fine.
Okay. All right. All right, I'll escalate it. Thank you for that question. Any other questions?
No more questions? I know we ran a little late today. I want to thank everybody for hanging in there. Looks like we had at the high was 29 participants, which is beautiful. You know, I remember when we had our first one last month. I thought we were gonna have 5 people on. We had about the same, so it was nice to see a couple other new stores pop in. So that was nice. I see Sasa came in, 221, South Lindy, North Lindy, Oakdale. Who am I missing? Huntington was in. I think there's only 1 or 2 stores that didn't show up out of the 9. So that's good. I'll take 7
That's
out of
great.
9. That's pretty good. So
And Dan, this is a great platform. Anytime you need me, I could sit in, and there's questions. They can ask me questions. If there's something you want me to present, you know that I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we do this on the second Tuesday of every month, and we're going to continue doing it until I get 1 participant. So, I mean, I think it's a good platform. I think it's a good idea for people to come on in and like some people get some more information that they may not get on a normal basis because it's an easy log on. You can just go right on your phone, your computer, and just jump on. It's not a mandatory meeting either. You come in if you want to, and if you want to learn something, you're here. You know. So
guys, why don't we do this, Dan? Why don't we commit in 90 days? I'll get on your 90-day meeting, and everybody can share their progress, where they were at, how they're doing, what were some barriers, what were some successes, what can we celebrate, you know? So a little incentive for everybody, right?
All right, so we got 30, 60, 90. So that would be the meeting in April. So that would be April 13th. That would be the meeting of April 13th.
Cool.
I'm on vacation, Dan.
You gotta change your vacation. Who's on vacation? Who's on vacation? Who's that? Who's that?
That's the store manager from Syosset. Store managers don't matter.
Hey, if you're doing the training right, is that Robert that was talking?
That is Robert.
Robert, if you're doing things right, your first assistant can step in.
She's here though. She's on there.
Okay, so there you go. So she could be on and she can share all the wonderful successes you and your team have done.
Yeah, I thought I actually saw her hand up before. I didn't get to it. I don't know if she had a question. I think Shireen had a question. Maybe not. It went up and went down. So
you got it.
All right. So if there's no other questions, I'll leave in like 2 minutes. If anybody's got any more questions, I'll be sticking around.
Right.
But if you have any questions, feel free to go. And then next month, we'll do the shake machine calibration and syrup lining. We're going to be doing an equipment thing every month, so that's going to be a good thing. And then we'll move on from there. So if anybody has any questions, I'll stick around for a couple of minutes. If not, you're free to go about your life. So thank you so much for coming on.
Dan, I have to jump off. I have another call.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
So send me a little tell me how you think it went, what went well, what could be better, okay?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Have a good week.
Thanks for your help, John. I appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Have a good day. Sell those Big
Bye.
Macs.
Thank you, Dan.
You got it. All I see is Sharon's forehead.